Hello and welcome back. We got 20 more Pokemon card sales to look at to pull some more insight out of. Starting with this 2017 Shining Legend. This is from the premium collection. So this had that Shining Ho-Oh. It was really big box, almost looked like a Pokeball. And this was just a regular holo in there, and now it goes for more than the entire premium collection. I think it still sells for it today. I think it's about $900. So one regular holo in that premium collection. Paying for the whole box today. We have our next card, Darkness Ablaze Charizard. So this card used to sell for over $1,500 in PSA 10. It sold for a little over $1,000 raw for the first little week. First little while. And it goes to show you that novelty hype is definitely real in Pokemon card sets. So this went all the way down to around $40 in PSA 10. This is a good example of the Darkness Ablaze Seal Booster Box is rarer than this card. It's a bigger collectible than this card right now. It's deflationary. There's less of them. There's more of this card out there. Still a really cool card. I still love the Darkness Ablaze Charizard. But cool to see this. It's at $90 now in a PSA 10. We have two pulls from Celebrations that were not the biggest pulls for a little while, but now thanks to the Black Bolt and White Flare, these two are popping off. $350 for a sequential PSA 10 set. Very cool. Up next, really underrated card, Glaceon and Leafeon. I put Leafeon as my number one card from Crown Zenith. The alt art there. I think this Glaceon is stunning. And at $75 in a PSA 10, this puts the Glaceon from Prismatic to shame. I think this is a better artwork than the. I do like the Prismatic one a lot though, but I do think this is a better artwork personally, and it's a lot less in a 10 than the raw value of that Prismatic one goes for. It's a lot older as well, so really underrated card. I want to feature it here in this video. Next card up, we got Zardzilla. He's at a record price, $315 in a PSA 10. We always called the Charizard UPC on the channel a gift from Pokemon. Three of the most beautiful Charizard Alt-Art cards that would have been the number one chase in multiple different sets. They were all included in a premium collection box that also had 16 packs on top. So cool to see that hit the record $300. We have another team up record price, the Magikarp and Wailord Alt-Art. And it is almost a $3,000 card. It's basically a $3,000 card. Pretty insane. Latios and Latias 10 used to be a lot less than this right here, and now we got the Magikarp and Wailord at $3,000. Up next, I don't know how I feel about this card. I got a couple from the Pokemon Center promo. These were added to our cart, I believe, for spending $30. I think we spent $30, and then this was added to the cart. And it's going for $1,500 in the PSA 10. This is multiple sales now around this price. This happened today, so July 19th, the day that I'm uploading this video. 43 bids in auction, $1,500. A little bit outrageous. Like, I wonder what a PSA 9 Shining Tyranitar costs, for example. But that's what it sold for, so we're looking at it here. Up next, love the Trick or Trade booster packs. I absolutely love that from Pokemon. And here is the Mimikyu promo. Stunning card. Sorry, not a promo. This is a Mimikyu pull from the set. Stunning card, $75 in a PSA 10. And really cool for a booster pack that costs about 25 cents, right? The Halloween booster packs are very, very affordable. You can get 100, I believe, for $20. Up next, everyone's favorite Charmander from Scarlet and Violet era. Absolutely love this guy. Staring at the Pidgey through the window, got his face pressed up on there. Not the Pokemon Center stamp one. And this is a little bit higher than it was selling for about a week ago. $200 now. And we got our next card up. One of my favorites on the channel, extremely underlooked still. I know some people are starting to talk about this card. You're starting to see some bigger YouTubers talking about it as well. But it's still so underrated and under the radar. The overall Pokemon community is still unaware of this card. It's just kind of sweeping through here. If you take a look at the PSA Pop report for this card, it's kind of crazy how little of them have been graded overall for the year it's been out. And expect that number to at least double, maybe even triple from there. But Still really cool to see. And this is a little bit less than it's actually has been consistently selling for this week. It's been going for over $900. Someone got a best offer accepted. This is, again, these are all from today. So everything that you guys are seeing today on this video was uploaded today as well. Up next, we got the Bubble Mew. Shout out ZNG Emporium, friend of the channel. Phenomenal person. He is one of the biggest consigners on eBay now. And look at this, the Bubble Mew going right back up. Slingshot it back to $11.50 in a PSA 10. Up next, we have another card that's starting to go back up in value, and that is the Charizard from 151. There's some really good Charizards in the Scarlet and Violet era. This is pretty iconic and memorable, and it also is a link card, so I still think it's underrated. Not necessarily, I still think it's underrated, honestly, in raw value and 10 value, because 151 is one of the hardest sets to grade that we've experienced. Less than a third of cards that you pull out of a pack. We'll get that coveted PSA 10, so $830. This card was at an all-time high of about $1,000, and slowly climbing back up because it went down to around $600. This is really cool and shows and proves that the traditional Chinese Pokemon cards returning, as well as the simplified Chinese Pokemon card market being introduced. A lot of collectors like Pokemon cards in their native language. This is a Pop 1 card from when first edition base set was released in Chinese, and this is a PSA 10 Grass Energy. Went for $500. Really cool to see that. And yeah, we got the Grass Energy. So we got another underrated card here. There's not a whole lot of Alt Art Mewtwo's in existence in Pokemon history. Well, this one exists. It also is tied to one of the biggest moves in Pokemon history in terms of something they released and gained so many fans. It was another worldwide sensation. It's Pokemon Go. Pokemon Go was massive. Still is massive. There's people playing it 10 years later, right? That have never collected cards that weren't into Pokemon before that. So Pokemon Go Mewtwo, this card is stunning. I think it's underrated in a lot of different ways. Like, this art is beautiful. So we got the Mewtwo v PSA 10 Pokemon Go Alt Art for $175. Up next, want to show the difference between a CGC 10 and a PSA 10. It's staggering. It's about half the value. So CGC 10 sold today $665, where the PSA 10 sold for right around $1,200. Up next, we have another Charmander from the Scarlet and Violet era. Absolutely beautiful card, linked with the Charizard that we saw earlier. Pretty crazy at $250 still, because I think the Blastoise and the Venusaur are both a little bit less than this, right around $240 each for those. But cool to see $250 for the Charmander and a PSA 10. They're tough to grade, right? Here's another record. This card, we've been talking about it on the channel for so long. We've had a lot of events where you could pull the VMAX premium collections, all three of the Flareon, Jolteon, and Vaporeon. Well, this card is consistently going up, and now it's at a just sold for $930 in auction, 20 bids. I think I saw a buy it now sell for $1,000 as well. And staying on theme, we have the Vaporeon, also sold today, $870 in auction, 29 bids. I have one more card to look at. Let's take a look at it. We have the Lugia v PSA 9 this time. We looked at the PSA 10 on yesterday's video. PSA 9, $368, so starting to climb. Both the 9s, both the Raws, and the PSA 10s. I think they're all underrated, honestly. I think this card is one of the most beautiful cards from the Sword and Shield era. I call it the #1 best Lugia card of all time. I'm not saying it's the rarest or the most expensive. I'm saying it is the most beautiful, and that's subjective. But $368 for PSA 9. Very cool. That was the last one. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you guys on the next one.